Yo, what's up? It's Jordan, Martin Stock Club, Martin Investment Group. Let's take a quick dive into setting up the MSC indicator. So once you have access, and again, this is a private indicator, you have to get access to it. Once you have access to it, you just go to indicators. So make sure you refresh your page first. All right, you have to refresh your trading view. And then you go to indicators. You'll type in Martin Stock Club, or you can go to invite only scripts. You'll see Martin Stock Club buy sell indicator. Once you put it on your chart, it'll pop up like this. So we're looking at SPY on a 30-minute. And when you're on here, you'll see that you can come to your settings. There's a couple of different things you can do. All right. So first and foremost, you can look at this confirmation table, which is here. That'll show you whether or not the indicators that make up this indicator are currently showing bullish or bearish signals. All right. Bullish will be green, bearish will be red. So right now, we see green EMA because we're above this EMA, but we're red super trend because our super trend is red, right? So that's where you'll see that. And you can, of course, make it big, small, or you can just hide it completely if you just want to focus on getting your buy and sells, right? When we come to signal display mode, we can have confirmed only, or we can have all. And what all is going to show us is these gray signals, which are where we are meeting two of our three criteria for a buy, or confirmed, which is where we'll have a full green or red signal, and that'll be where everything's lined up how we want it. And we'll see that sometimes the sales or the gray signals don't go the way we want. Sometimes they do, right? This sale triggered here, and it came down and was a beautiful trade, right? And then we had the buy signal, and that went right up, right? So what I like to do myself is I like to do confirmed only, and that's going to take away that, right? And they'll leave this green one because I like to make sure everything's lined up. Sometimes I will, though, take it off and have it where it'll show me 2/3 confirmations. And when I look at that, right, because it's showing me all, same as doing any 2/3, right? But now that's going to be our confirmation is any 2/3. And so that will change that off of gray. I like to leave it gray so that I can know it's not everything lining up. And then I can do my own assessment, right? So I can look at this and I can say, well, if we continue and break this low, then maybe I'll go ahead and take that trade. And maybe I'll enter on this candle after we get that low break. And we continue to take it down. Or we can look at trend, look at your support resistance, right? Your candlestick patterns, your trading knowledge. Okay. Now, if we keep going down, this is the main thing that I will mess around with and change and adjust to get different results. So you can change it, right? And now, since we switched it to a 21 EMA, now this is a confirmed signal because we are under this 21 EMA. And so the biggest thing when changing your EMAs is knowing that the shorter your period on your EMA or shorter the length, then it's going to be more for a shorter trend. And then the longer your length, right, going from a 20 to a 200, is going to be considering the bigger trend, right? And keeping it on 200 is going to filter out a lot more signals. So you'll have less signals, but your chances of success with those signals is going to increase as well. And I like to take it and I'll just look at it across a bunch of different tickers, but I know that my chance for success is going to be greater because I've adjusted that. But for the sake of using the indicator, I recommend using the 200, but you can, again, take it down and adjust based on how you like to trade. And as always, you can take it and you can slide it back and zoom out, right? And you can see what would have triggered with that EMA, and then you can switch it to a different EMA and see what would have triggered there. So I see this big, nice graph, this buy confirmed here, big move up, quick short move on the sell. Got another strong move on this buy, short move on the sell, big move on the buy, right? And if I take this to a 200, now I just have this buy over here, and I'm not having sell signals in the meantime. And then I get this buy, this sell, right? So it took away some of the signals that came. And now we have big buy here, big move up on the buy again, big move up again, this quick sell, and then a nice size buy here, and then here, right? So we get bigger moves, more money, just a little less signals. But if you spread it out across multiple tickers, then now you're not really missing out on signals, and you should be able to get more signals because you're opening up your opportunity. All right, let's keep rolling. So it's also going to be taking into account the super trend as well as the HVI indicator and top bottom. These, like always, you can come in and adjust, right, however you like. But typically we're going to leave these in the same spot. The biggest thing I would look at changing is the EMA, right? But you can come in for the sake of testing and say, well, what happens if I change that to a 5 and that to a 5? Right now we see we get a lot more of these popping up, but we like these to be more confirmed. We don't want a bunch of signals. We want right signals, or we want signals that are going to give us a big move. And if you want to clear up your chart a little bit, then you can also turn off the display, and it'll just leave this band for the super trend. And that can act as a trailing stop or a stop loss for the trades that you're in. Right, but it'll take away the actual shadow. Right, so that's how you set it up. If you want to add an alert, then you can come in, hit add alert, and then it'll just trigger once per the bar close, once per bar. If you're going to be doing on a bigger time frame, then that'll let you know that you're still in the overall direction. Or once, it'll just trigger, let you know that the buy came, let you know that the sale came that's confirmed, or unconfirmed buy or sale, which is going to be that 2/3. And of course, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Discord links in the description.